You have to make the change. Change is inevitable,
Mm.
right? If you don't change, you're standing still, and you don't really stand still, you go backwards. And the world is changing so quickly that if you don't jump on board, you're going to be left behind, you're going to be irrelevant. And there's a lot of great stuff that we learned back in the old school, in terms of training,
Mhm.
information, how to share products, how to build a business, mindset, leadership.
Mhm.
You can put that into automated formats. There are ways that you can take that and bring that into the online process. But if your team doesn't have an online process, they are missing out on a huge amount of business.
Mm.
And most people these days are on some social media site. I mean, they really and truly are, whether they might not all be on TikTok or all on Facebook or all on Instagram, but they're on some sort of a social media site. And people go to these places to look to see if you're in business.
Mhm.
If your profile looks like you who done it and run, you know what I mean? Like it's just a big mishmash.
Yeah.
They're not going to be attracted to that from a business
Mhm.
perspective. You have to have a social media business presence. You have to build your brand. And if
Mhm.
you're not doing that, you will be irrelevant.
Yeah, I obviously agree. Um, so, you just mentioned, which I think this is a great thing that we can maybe even clear up a little bit,
Hmm.
because obviously a lot of the people that come to us, they're frustrated
Hmm.
network marketers,
Right.
and of course, we make the point that look, the offline stuff, it works.
Hmm.
You're a great example,
Hmm.
of like, hey, look, it works. It's just, especially in today's age, what we're teaching, it's much more efficient, it's much
Right.
more leveraged. I would also argue it's much more duplicatable.
It is.
And so, but there are, of course, a lot of great skills
Hmm.
that you pick up, and I think a lot of great character building happens. I've only done a little bit in my life of some of the old school stuff.
Hmm.
I have, pounded the phone. I had a sales job one time, and it's funny now. I would actually be much more equipped to
Right,
do
to do
that than
it.
I was at the time. Because at the time, I don't know if you ever had this experience, but I mean, I was one of those people that would look at the phone and just start sweating,
Yeah.
and all I would just forget how to speak or how to be human when I picked
Right.
up the phone. It's like I don't know what's happening. But it's great character building,
Right.
So it's not that we're. I think a lot of people perceive us as being very anti offline and that we're like somehow denigrating all of that. And it's like that's not the case.
No.
We just have a way that we, of course, like doing things and
Right.
what we like teaching. But I'm wondering if you could kind of share, because obviously for someone who built
Mhm.
for so long offline, um, what are some of the key skills and some of the key mindset things that you can sort of glean from all? And obviously, you're still teaching your team,
Mhm.
a portion of your team, to
Mhm.
build offline. So talk about that a little bit, and like because again, we're actually quite positive towards all those skills. And if you have those skills, they translate. Maybe you don't know where you are today. Maybe you don't know today how they translate, but they obviously and absolutely do.
Oh, they absolutely do. I mean, I think there are sales elements even on the attraction marketing side. And when you get on the phone with somebody, when
Mhm.
you get in a Zoom room with somebody, you have to learn how to ask questions. That's one of the number one things that we taught in the old school days. How
Mm.
do you ask questions? Leadership skills. I mean, those are the types of things that people would die for in a lot of business settings,
Mhm.
to have the type of leadership skills that were taught and trained in network marketing back in the day. And if you can just take some of those pieces, you could put that into automated formats. You can put that into email and text messaging systems. You can do quick little video clips. You could do a
Mhm.
whole YouTube channel on those types of things. There's a lot of ways you could communicate that information, but there's those types of solid skills. And when I say that I'm teaching my team online and offline, the things that we teach that are offline are really all of those types of
Mm.
skills. It's
Mhm.
about asking questions, about listening to needs. It's about what are those needs? How do you line up what they're looking for with what we offer in
Mhm.
terms of products? Um, People are looking for businesses online though, so we have to have that presence online. You can talk to them at the grocery store. You can talk to them wherever you feel comfortable talking, as long as you're not spamming somebody.
Mhm.
Because we're always teaching people to be human first, and no one likes to be spammed.
Yeah, or pounced
Oh my
on,
gosh, yeah,
yeah.
you feel like a piece of meat, right? And you're just
Mhm.
taking the cart, or like I even took the cleaning products from the lady at my front door because I wanted her to stop showing up at my front door with the cleaning products.
Mm.
I mean, I was feeling spammed in a sense.
Mhm.
Now it turned out to be a great story, but I didn't want to do the business that way. And so that was why I had to dive in and learn, how do you do a business in a way that feels authentic and real to me and comfortable? And then I taught that to my team. And it's the same thing online. So when people come to attraction marketing and they're feeling frustrated, they're feeling discouraged, if they're on a team that is forcing you to do things that you're not comfortable doing, or saying this is the only way to build or this is the only way we'll support you,
Mhm.
That's not going to help those people grow. And as a matter of fact, they might leave your team and go to a team that has systems that are online and offline, perhaps, or
Yeah.
just online.
Yeah. Definitely.
Hope you enjoyed our conversation with our speaker. I want to just remind you, if you are ready to stop chasing people and start having people chase you, if you're tired of all the spammy, scammy conversations all the time, you are invited to grab our free 5-day digital boot camp that will teach you how to attract the right kind of people, create the kind of influence so you can start enrolling those 3 to 7 customers each and every single week. And you can get that at the link below, or you can go to attractionmarketing.com/YouTube.